The last time I did an everyday tech carry was earlier this year, and now that we're approaching the end of the year, I have changed around a few things in my bag setup. Now, obviously everything I don't carry all at once, all the time, but these are the general stuff that's in and out of my bag on a consistent basis. Also, some of the stuff is repetitive. I don't believe in changing things out for the sake of a video. I want to show you guys that I'm still using some of this stuff down the road. First thing I always start with is the bag, and I'm still carrying the Air Tech Pack 3. Now, I used the previous version for 6 years. I've been using this one for almost a year now. As you can see, the wear and tear is starting to settle in. You got some stains on the front of it, but overall, it's still in excellent condition. It's very durable. The zippers are durable. It's made out of a special material, so it doesn't rip very easy. It's a 3-layer approach, so you have the back over here, which can fit a 16-inch laptop, a tablet portion, and then a little pocket for other stuff. You have a couple of quick access pockets on the top, which is handy if you're traveling and need to access your wallet or your passport. And then the main compartment has a lot of storage options to place little knickknacks and items. Most importantly, there's a little pocket on the left-hand side so that you can house a water bottle. Now for earbuds, I'm testing out the Soundcore AeroFit 2, and Soundcore was nice enough to send these out and partner on this part of the video. These open ear earbuds are extremely comfortable, and because they're open eared, I can easily hear my surroundings while listening to music or podcasts. I jog in the city and walk at night, and being able to hear cars around me is very important. The design was made to work with pretty much everyone's ears, since the ear hooks have 4 levels of rotation and a double curved surface for even pressure distribution. Like, I've worn these things for a few hours at a time and never felt any ear fatigue. I also wear reading glasses and obviously sunglasses, and these fit comfortably even when I have them on. But it's not just about comfort. These bad boys pack a punch in the sound department. With bass turbo acoustic architecture and 20mm by 11.5mm racetrack drivers, you can get some really nice bass out of these, and they also sound much better than regular AirPods. The Soundcore app even lets you customize the equalization settings. Plus, they're LDAC compatible for better audio quality. As for battery life, my experience so far has been around 10 hours on a single charge, extending to 42 hours with the charging case, and most importantly, they support wireless charging. A quick 10-minute charge gives you about 4 hours of playtime. It also has Bluetooth 5.4, AI-powered 4-mic system, and IP55 water resistance. The AeroFit 2 are fantastic for long periods of wearing them and everyday use. They're priced very well at $99, and if you're interested in picking them up, I'll place a link in the description down below. Now, if I'm just traveling for a few days, I usually travel pretty light, and I don't bring a bigger, heavier GAN charger. Like, I love this thing because it has a lot of ports and it can charge over 100 watts, but it's heavy, and if you've been to hotels, a lot of their prongs are super loose. Like, people are constantly ramming their devices into them, and it just loosens up the holes. And then when you have something like this that's super heavy, it just falls straight down. This 65-watt GAN charger from Nomad is designed perfect for hotels. Because it sits vertically like this, it hangs nicely in the charger. The weight is distributed evenly. And 65 watts is more than plenty for like a light notebook and of course your smartphone. There's 2 ports on the bottom. If you just use one, the blue one, you get full 65 watts. But if you split up the power, the blue will charge at 45 and then the darker one at 20. Now, I've also swapped out my Apple Watch Ultra 2 for the Apple Watch Series 10. Like, the Ultra 2 is obviously a way better watch in every single way, except for one way: comfort. This Series 10 is ridiculously comfortable. The new flatter design just sits so much better against my wrist, and because it's so light and the way it contours around it, you don't feel it. You know, like the Watch Ultra 2, you feel it, like you know it's on your wrist, and after a few days or a couple of days, you just have to take it off. Like, I can literally keep this on for weeks and it won't even bother me. Just having that extra screen real estate is also nicer to look at. Now, the laptop I'm carrying right now, because I am doing a review on it, is the HP OmniBook Ultra Flip. I've been excited about this laptop because it is using Intel's new Lunar Lake processor, and my testing on it so far means it has incredible battery life. The CPU is not as fast as what AMD's offering, but it's fast enough for just like general everyday stuff. The port lineup is also not that great. There's only a few USB Type-C ports, but the reason why I like it is because the display is absolutely gorgeous. Like, you have this 3K OLED display, 120 Hertz, and then you pair it with this very comfortable keyboard, and most importantly, a haptic touchpad. I'm still working on my full review for this one, so if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. Now I carry two types of glasses. My reading glasses, which I don't wear that often, only if I'm staring at the screen for a very long time. My eyes are still pretty good. And I'm still using the same ones. Like these are Ray-Ban. I think the style is called Leonard. I bought them a few years ago, which is a good reminder. I should probably get my eyes checked again. But for sunglasses, I'm also carrying Ray-Ban glasses, but they're the Meta Smart Glasses. I love these things. One of my best purchases I've done in the past little while. Like I use them for driving just to, for regular eye protection from the sun, but just being able to have your glasses connect to your phone, listen to music and podcasts is massive. Plus it has these AI features that I can use to ask it questions if I'm going on a walk and don't feel like pulling out my phone. Plus the quick option to take a photo or a video in a pinch is really handy to have. There's been a couple of times where I've been at a boring event and I'm like, man, I just wish I had something else to do. So having these glasses on allows you to do that and not look rude. I've also swapped out my tech pack for a different one. This is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. I love this thing. Like, it's so flexible. You can jam so much stuff inside of here and it will fit. Like I carry this either in my bag or in my camera bag. So it just depends on what I'm doing and where I'm going. But what I keep in here is very simple. Like you have a big stretchy pocket, you have little holes for micro SD cards. I obviously carry an adapter just in case I need it, extra SD card as well. And then you have other pockets where I'll keep a pen just in case I need that. I'll keep an adapter if I'm going to Europe. And then of course I have a bunch of Type-C cables to charge devices. And I still carry the Apple MagSafe Duo Charger. I just wish there was a USB Type-C version of this, but I like carrying this thing, I know it doesn't charge the fastest, but just being able to connect two devices at the same time in a device that's this small is super handy to have. As for the mouse, I'm carrying the Razer Orochi version 2. I love this thing. I feel like if you're not carrying a gaming mouse, you're not carrying a proper mouse. Not only are they better just for productivity, but if you like to game, having a gaming mouse is much better than something like the Logitech MX Master. Now this is technically a right-handed mouse, but the design is kind of ambidextrous, so I feel like it works for me who's left-handed. I just wish the buttons weren't there, but it is what it is. But the reason why I like this mouse so much is because of its weight. Like this thing is under 60 grams. And it also gives you the option to connect it via Bluetooth or by using the 2.4 gigahertz dongle. So you can also just use one battery if you want, or if you want to extend the battery life even longer, you can plop two inside of here. Plus there's a little position in here to store the dongle so that you never lose it. Now for phones, I'm carrying two, the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The 9 Pro Fold, I can't keep my hands off of it. It's just such an awesome foldable phone. It feels very thin. Then you have this massive 8-inch display, which just gives you access to all of your content on a bigger screen. Like just watching stuff on this and reading books is so much more enjoyable than a regular smartphone. The iPhone 16 Pro Max, I predominantly use for video and for taking photos, plus iMessage, obviously. Now, I do carry the ASUS ROG Ally X sometimes, not all the time, but if I do, it's usually if I'm traveling for a few days and want to play some games on a plane or in the hotel room, I'll carry this guy. I love this one so much more than the original Ally, just because of the battery size, 80 watt hours. I'm getting double the battery life, up to like 3 hours. Plus the integrated GPU from AMD inside of here is fast enough that you can play most games comfortably if you don't mind dropping the settings. Now also, if I'm carrying the ROG Ally X, I'm usually carrying the Rainio Air 2S. These are basically a 201-inch virtual screen that fits in your pocket. Like I can't game on a 7-inch display. It's just too small for old eyes like mine. So being able to connect these glasses, the glasses power off the Ally X or your smartphone, you just get this massive micro OLED display that makes playing games so much more enjoyable, or even just watching stuff. So anyways, that wraps up the stuff I'm currently carrying in my bag right now. I'll place links to everything, including the soundcore AeroFit 2, in the description down below. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.